Good evening and welcome to TC Network. I am Tingay Tim Hokim bringing you today's news. Today's top headlines include: Kuki community warns Manipur government not to interfere in bridge construction. KNA-B clarifies against NSCN-IM allegations, says KNA-B is committed to maintaining tranquility in Nagaland. Center working to remove Meitei Kuki trust deficit in Manipur, Amit Shah. News in details. Kuki-Zo people has warned that any further attempts to intrude into Kuki-Zo area by Meitei or anyone representing the government of Manipur will be met with severe consequences. The Kuki-Zo tribals will not tolerate the infiltration of their life by the biased Manipur government and will resist tooth and nail against any attempt to deny us of our right to live and survival. The statement was made in a press release issued by Information and Media Cell, Kuki in Chandel on Saturday. It mentioned the Meitei government, unable to tolerate the Kuki-Zo's capability to construct such a vital bridge, views this project as a threat to their agenda of isolating and annihilating Kuki-Zo tribals in these regions. An order issued on March 21 by Deputy Commissioner Chandel directed to stop bridge construction on Gun River at Kemolnom village without the permission of competent authority. Amidst the order to immediately stop construction of the bridge, it is reported that most of the construction work for foundation of the RCC bridge has been completed. However, as a video clip of constructing the bridge surfaced on social media, a team of Manipur police tried to intervene the construction work on Saturday, but the state forces were blocked by the women folks of Kuki community, reportedly backed by the Assam Rifles and Kuki armed militants. The release stated that the Kuki-Zo inhabitants in the Chandel district side of the Suknu foothills have always relied on two main bridges, the Napat Bridge over the Gunpi Infal River and the Siro Bridge over the Chakpi River. However, the Napat Bridge connecting Suknu to Lamka was maliciously destroyed by Meiteis on May 28, 2023, further isolating the Kuki-Zo areas. It alleged that there is clear evidence that the state government has aided and abetted this genocide against Kuki-Zo people and hence has lost its authority to enforce its biased rules in the Kuki-Zo areas. The geographical reality has left the Kuki-Zo areas of Chandel and Tingnopal districts completely cut off from the valley and other Kuki-Zo dominated hill districts. The bridge will connect Chandel district with Churachandpur district to provide essential supplies. The bridge is constructed with the donations from Kuki-Zo people without any assistance from the state government or organization, it added. Earlier in media reports, the initial months of the present ethnic class, it was stated that 5 Myanmar nationals were found receiving medical treatment for bullet injuries at Churachandpur District Hospital. Kuki in Chandel, in the release, vehemently condemns the blatant attempt by Manipur police, along with alleged Meitei insurgents and terrorists, to intrude into Kuki-Zo territory on May 25, 2024, to destroy the Seloita Bridge, which is currently under construction. The Kuki in Chandel shall not be responsible for any consequences arising out of the Meitei-centric government of Manipur and the Meitei State Police Forces' attempt to deny our right to existence and persisting in their agenda to destroy our vital bridge, say a reliable source. The Kuki in Chandel made a press release regarding the Manipur government interference to obstruct the construction of bridges by the Kukis at 2 different locations over the Gun River in Chandel district. The release states that the ethnic cleansing against the Kuki-Zo people began on May 3, 2023 and continues to this day. The Manipur government has failed to protect the rights, lives and properties of the Kuki-Zo people, with evidence suggesting that the state government has aided and abetted this genocide. The Kuki-Zo people of Chandel district, particularly those in the foothills between Chandel and Kakching districts, have long lived harmoniously in an area that has been their home for generations. They have relied on 2 main bridges, the Napat Bridge over the Gunpi River, and the Siro Bridge over the Chakpi River. However, the Napat Bridge was maliciously destroyed by Meiteis on May 28, 2023, further isolating the Kuki-Zo areas. The Kuki-Zo public of Chandel district came together to construct a bridge over the Gunpi River without any governmental or organizational assistance, working tirelessly with donations from the Kuki-Zo people. This effort is justified under the right to life as guaranteed by the Constitution of India. On May 25, 2024, Meitei militants in Manipur police uniforms, accompanied by state-sponsored Meitei terrorists, attempted to violate Kuki-Zo areas and destroy the under-constructed bridge. This blatant attempt to undermine the survival of the Kuki-Zo people is both unacceptable and unlawful. The Kuki in Chandel demands to know why the Central Forces have allowed state-sponsored Meitei terrorists to roam freely in Kuki-Zo areas, while Kuki-Zo tribals are restricted and confined to their villages. The Kuki-Zo people warn that any further attempts to intrude into Kuki-Zo areas by Meiteis or anyone representing the government of Manipur will be met with severe consequences. The Kuki-Zo tribals will not tolerate this infringement on their right to life by the biased Manipur government and will resist any attempts to deny their right to existence and survival. The Kuki National Army Burma KNA-B released a clarification note since the organization has been accused by the NSCN-IM of inciting the Ao community in Nagaland against the Kuki community. The release states that KNA-B, part of the Democratic Alliance Army under the National Unity Government (NUG), never carries out military operations alone. The operation in Myotit launched on May 7 and lasting until May 11 was launched by KNA-B and PDF under the Unified Command of Military Operation Region 1. The KNA-B appeals to the informed people of Nagaland not to fall victim to NSCN-IM's cheap propaganda, but to maintain peace and tranquility in the region. Since February 1, 2021, the Myanmar military launched a coup against the civil government, declaring the results of the November 2020 general election invalid, instating a one-year state of emergency, and arresting State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi and other senior officials. The KNA-B thanks the international community, including India, for humanitarian assistance provided to the people of Myanmar who suffered for democracy. The release also says, while KNA-B is mobilizing resources to restore democracy in Myanmar in dire need of assistance from both within and outside the country, they have been accused repeatedly of being used by the Indian Army to create violence in Manipur. The Meitei general public needs to be informed that the PLA and UNLF, who are expected to achieve independence of Manipur, are taking shelter in Myanmar and actively participating in crossing the pro-democracy movement by burning down houses, laying landmines, looting properties, killing civilians, and perpetrating various forms of human rights violations. The KNA-B, as part of the Democratic Alliance Army under the National Unity Government, is committed to maintaining peace and tranquility in Nagaland. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said the government is working on removing the trust deficit between the Meitei and Kuki communities to bring lasting peace in Manipur, and the process will be expedited with utmost priority once the Lok Sabha election is over. Shah told PTI in an interview on Saturday that the clashes between the Meitei and Kuki communities were ethnic in nature and hence cannot be resolved through force. This is not an issue of riots or terrorism. This is an issue of ethnic violence. It can't be resolved through force. This is ethnic violence, he said on whether the government needed to take some strong action to end the cycle of violence in the northeastern state. The Home Minister said the violence took place due to lack of discussion and lack of trust between the two communities, which had happened due to some incidents. We have to repair this. This is a time-consuming job. We were working on it speedily, but it has been delayed due to the elections. That is quite natural, he said, because leaders of both the communities are talking about the interests of their respective community on their own political issues. But after the counting, the government will work on it with utmost priority. I believe there will be no violence in future, he said. Ethnic violence broke out in Manipur on May 3, 2023 after a march by tribal in the hill districts of Manipur to protest against the Valley-dominated Meitei community's demand for scheduled tribe status. Since then, over 220 people belonging to both the communities, including security personnel, have been killed in the continuing violence. A BJP-led government is in power in Manipur since 2017. There are two Lok Sabha constituencies in the state, Inner Manipur and the Outer Manipur. While the BJP has fielded its candidate in the former, the party supported alliance partner Naga People's Front NSF candidate in the outer constituency. The Anti-Terror Federal Probe Agency (NIA), in its investigation into a case related to smuggling of weapons in the northeast region of the country, has found that Hawala channels are being used to pay to Myanmar-based suppliers of arms and ammunition, which are illegally brought to Manipur and Mizoram, sources here said on Sunday. The sources said that the NIA teams found out about the mode of payment on Saturday following raids at 6 locations, including a gun shop in Mizoram capital Aizawl. Following the raids, NIA sleuths arrested a person who is identified as Solomon Elias Minga for his alleged involvement in the illegal arms smuggling. NIA officials said that in the raids, the sleuths managed to seize a huge quantity of explosive, ammunition, digital devices, documents, and other incriminating materials. The anti-terror agency had earlier arrested a Mizoram resident, Laigai Hauma, in connection with the case. Investigations have revealed that the accused had established a network in the bordering areas of Myanmar and Mizoram to procure and transfer arms and ammunition, and also smuggle explosives into Mizoram and Manipur from across the Myanmar border, as senior NIA officials said, adding that one of the Laigai Hauma's associates, Lalmuan Noma Elias Mangliana, a Myanmar's national, is still absconding. With the help of their Myanmar-based associates, they were supplying arms, ammunition, and explosives in Mizoram and Manipur. He was also involved in sending supplies of arms and ammunition to Myanmar-based armed groups, the officials said. The officials said that the probe into the case, which still continues, has revealed that Hawala channels are being used to make payments for the illegal supply of weapons and related ammunition. It is to be noted here that the NIA had registered a case on December 26, 2023, under various sections of the IPC, the Explosive Substances Act, the Arms Act, and the UAPA after it received input about a large-scale illegal arms, ammunition, and explosive supply network operating in northeastern region. The government of the People's Republic of Nagalim's Ministry of Information and Publicity has released a statement accusing Indian intelligence agencies of waging a sophisticated social media propaganda war against the National Socialist Council of Nagalim, NSCN. The ministry alleges that Indian agencies are employing deceptive tactics to incite tribal conflicts and undermine the NSCN's unity. The ministry's statement highlights a troubling trend of provocative articles circulating on social media, ostensibly authored by fictitious Naga individuals. These articles are reportedly designed to exploit tribal sensitivities and create discord within the NSCN. One such article titled, "Muiva is a problem, not the solution," was followed by a counter-article, "Rendering political education to Javisito Angami," both allegedly penned under a fake Tanghul name. The NSCN points out that these articles maliciously invoke the names of Reverend Naga leaders Ajat Pimu and TX Muiva to deepen tribal rifts between the Angamis and Tanghuls. The NSCN denounces this strategy as a vile manipulation of Naga history and sentiment. The irony is, we could see through the careful, considerate social media strategy with the field test purposes, the most disgusting kind of propaganda that played with the sanctity of Naga national leaders, the statement reached. It underscores the critical roles of Ajat Pimu and TH Muiva in the Naga political struggle, crediting Pizo with declaring Naga independence and Muiva with securing significant political recognition through the 2015 Framework Agreement with the Government of India. The NSCN warns against falling prey to divisive tactics and reaffirms its commitment to the Naga cause. Naga would not be naive enough to be carried away by misleading communal divisive propaganda waged by Indian intelligence agency to erode the NSCN, the statement read. Indian Army organized day with company commander for the school of Cornerstone Mission School Chingmang at Lamka, Kangpopi district and T Yangong S Simult and Monoveng at More, Tingnopal district on 25 May 2024 to promote awareness on education, sports, fitness and national integration. In a significant initiative to foster awareness about the importance of education, sports, fitness and national integration among the youth, the Indian Army organized a day with company commander event at Lamka and More on 25 May 2024. The event was aimed to inspire students and encourage them to pursue a balanced and healthy lifestyle, as well as develop a deep feeling of patriotism and unity. The day was filled with a variety of exciting and engaging activities, including tug of war, sack race, and musical chairs, which brought joy and enthusiasm among the young students. These activities were designed not only for recreation and entertainment, but also to instill the values of teamwork, discipline, and physical fitness. Additionally, the event featured a yoga session promoting the benefits of mental and physical well-being. A painting competition was also organized on the theme of oneness and Bohemian with Indian Army and national integration, allowing students to express their creativity and affection for the motherland. The company commander interacted with the students, emphasizing on the importance of education and sports in building a well-rounded personality. A motivational lecture was delivered encouraging students to consider a future in the Indian Army, highlighting the opportunities and values associated with a career in the armed forces. The initiative received an overwhelming response from the local community, who appreciated the efforts to the welfare and development of youth. Lamka police reported that an unidentified corpse was found this morning at around 7:30 a.m. at a drain opposite to Lamka Central High School, IB Road. The body was identified as a female, but its identity still remains unknown since the body has started decomposing. Sang Pui, a shop runner, says that this morning when she opens her shop around 7 a.m., the drain in front of her shop seems blocked since the water did not flow down as usual. So she took a bamboo stick and shoved inside to clear the drain since it was overflowing. But something heavy and unusual seems to block the drain, so she called a few men where they opened the covered drain to see what is inside. On opening the drain, they found the dead body of an unknown and unidentified person. The drain was just 2 feet wide and 1 foot deep. Sang Pui expressed her shock as to why a corpse is sit in this small drain in front of her shop. The news was immediately made known to the police, where the police rushed to the scene and took the corpse to the district hospital morgue for further investigation. The corpse was found without any garments on. Her hair had fallen off, her right hip bone bulging out, and her face unidentifiable due to decomposition. So many people wonder how and why a corpse is found in a drain. Observing the decomposition of the body, it is believed that the corpse must have been placed days ago, but ironically, none of the passersby have reported of the foul smell of the decomposing body, since the site where it was found is located in the bazaar area, and many people have passed through it every day. The police also reported that no female missing report case has been filed in the police station the past week. Women Inspector Chinay Lamgangte, Office in Charge Women Police Station, Churachandpur District, released a notice in regards to the corpse found this morning at IB Road opposite to Lamka Central High School. The release said that one unidentified female dead body was recovered from the nulla or drainage of IB Road, Churachandpur District, Manipur, on 27/5/2024 at 7:45 a.m. by Women Police Station, Churachandpur District, Manipur. It refers to UD case number 2/WPS CCP/2024 dated 27/5/2024. Now the dead body has been kept at District Hospital Morgue, Churachandpur District, Manipur, for identification, as it cannot be still identified at this time of report. Her description is height 5.2 feet, wearing no wearing apparel. The case has been registered under Unnatural Death Case number 2/CCP WPS/2024 U/174 CRPC, and forensic experts are summoned from Imphal to identify the corpse and investigate the cause of death. The All Naga Doctors Forum released a condemnation note regarding the mistreatment of Dr. Larung Mezona by Manipur police personnel on the 24th of May 2024 at 9 a.m. The release reads, the Manipur police group of 6 or 7 stopped him at Konung Mamang at around 9 p.m. and asked for the car documents, which were produced promptly. When he told the police that he was a doctor currently posted in Moret Hospital as medical officer, Manipur Health Services, the police replied, "Adu di hat pabu yarane, then I could even kill you." They mishandled and detained him for an hour. In the already tense situation prevailing in the state, doctors required the full cooperation and support from the law enforcement agency in order for us to provide our service. On the contrary, such untoward and unprofessional manhandling, abuse of power, intimidation, and death threat informed by communal feelings by one state employee to another is highly inappropriate. We demand the concerned authority to book the Manipur police personnel involved in the incident and be suspended from their duty, reads the release. A total of 68 IDPs taking shelter in relief centers due to Manipur crisis had died due to various health and other complications since last year. Recently, a woman identified as Wand Kam Nyang Ching, 76, wife of El Zam Chin Mang of Molnom Suknu, taking shelter in relief camp under Jetwayo management, died due to sickness on last 26 May 2024 and was buried at Jetwayo Cemetery on Chingkut Veng. As per reliable data, the total toll of IDPs who died due to sickness and health complications while taking shelter in relief camps in Lamka since May last year had reached 68, out of which 40 deaths occur in relief camps under KKL General Headquarters Management. 7 deaths occur in YVA General Headquarters Management. 1 death occurs in relief camp under TSP General Headquarters Management. 4 deaths occur in relief camps managed by HYA General Headquarters. 3 deaths occurs in relief camps managed by YPA General Headquarters. 3 deaths occur in relief camps managed by KSO Sangaykot Block. 10 deaths occur in relief camps managed by JetYO General Headquarters. Many of the IDPs who died due to sickness were reported to not being able to afford treatment and medications, and that the medical departments were informed only when their conditions had worsened or that proper medical attention were not given to them while admitted in the hospital, says a report. There are 95 relief centers in Lamka town, sheltering around 15,027 IDPs. Not only for the IDPs, the general public also faces medical facilities complications and hardships due to the Manipur situation. The Manipur Health Directorate, concerned for the people of Lamka, had sent medical aids to the district but was confiscated by the Meira Paibis Midway. No commodities, even medications, had flown in from Imphal since May last year. The army rarely brought in commodities and medications, but when they did so, it all went to the IDPs, which are still insufficient for them. Forget about the local people. It is more important to provide medical attention, foodings and sanitation to the IDPs who are staying together in bulk, and as such, philanthropic organizations had given aids to the IDPs for their medical fees and even arranged medical camps for them from time to time. The rate of death tolls can increase if proper medical attention is not given to the IDPs taking shelter in relief camps. India is topping the charts again in a sphere, but it is not where it should be. As per the study published in Lancet Discovery Science, India has the third highest rate of zero-food children at 19.3%, trailing only Ghana and Mali. This research was conducted using health surveys from 92 low-income and middle-income countries between 1993 and 2021. Notably, neighbors of India, Bangladesh and Pakistan have significantly lower rate, 5.6% and 9.1% respectively. Zero-food children are defined as those who have not consumed any food within a 24-hour period. The data has been taken from the Union Health Ministry, National Family Health Survey (NFHS), but still the ministry criticized the study as malicious and a deliberate attempt to sensationalize fake news. On the contrary, an assistant professor of economics at Dr. B.R. Ambedkar University in Delhi, Dr. Deepa Sinha, has emphasized that the study highlights significant deficits in infant and young child feeding practices in India. As compared to the poorer nations, with 19.3% of its infants and small children suffering from zero food, India performs very poorly, indicating severe delays in the initiation of complementary feeding. At 6 months, the complementary feeding should start, but many Indian children face delay ranging from 6 to 9 months. This issue is quite serious and is reflective of insufficient feeding practices. Exclusive breastfeeding, timely introduction of complementary foods, diverse diets, and continued breastfeeding are various ways to how to properly feed infant and young child. What is alarming is that only 11% of Indian children that are aged between 6 to 23 months meet with the minimum acceptable diet as defined by WHO. Calling the study results as malicious and false, the Health Ministry detracts from addressing the real issue. On the other hand, the study is transparent when it comes to its methodology and definitions, using comparable data for all countries. In addition to this, India's precarious ranking points to the massive deficits in infant and young child feeding practices. Not just that, but the country also ranks poorly on the Global Hunger Index, which not only measures hunger, but also measures malnutrition and mortality. This ranking is indicative of how the nation struggles when it comes to providing adequate health and nutrition inputs to young children. Fixing and addressing these issues requires understanding of the root causes, which include poor feeding practices, lack of diverse and affordable foods, gender inequality, and inadequate care provisions. In order to improve the status of women and children in India, effective solutions must combine behavioral change campaigns with structural support systems. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has moved the Supreme Court seeking extension of his interim bail by 7 more days on health grounds. The AAP chief was arrested in connection with a money laundering case linked to the excise policy scam. The police say the chief minister is required to undergo some medical tests and thus needs the interim bail, which is ending on June 1, to be extended. It was on May 10 that Supreme Court granted the AAP convener interim bail for a period of 21 days to enable him to campaign for the Lok Sabha polls. It, however, had barred him for visiting his office or the Delhi Secretariat and signing official files unless absolutely necessary for obtaining the Lieutenant Governor's approval. The Delhi Chief Minister, in his fresh plea, has sought extension of the interim bail by 7 more days on health grounds, including that he has lost 7 kgs. The matter relates to alleged corruption and money laundering in the formulation and execution of the Delhi government's now scrapped excise policy for 2021-22. Over 130 people have died at a single hospital in Sudan's busiest city of El Fasher in the Darfur region, according to medical charity Medicine Sans Frontiers (MSF). Fighting between rival groups in Sudan's civil war in the battle for control of the city has recently intensified. The situation was terrible, one resident told the BBC, with hospitals and markets experiencing violent artillery shelling. El Fasher is the last major urban center in Darfur that remains in the hands of Sudan's army. The army has been fighting the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces (RSF) for more than a year in a civil war that has killed thousands and forced millions from their homes. The army remains in control of El Fasher. The city has become a refuge for people displaced by fighting in other areas. On 10 May, the RSF intensified their assault on the city in what UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called an alarming new chapter in Sudan's conflict. MSF said one of its hospitals was struggling to cope with the increased casualties. South Hospital had treated 979 casualties in just over 2 weeks, the charity said on Sunday. 134 had died, a sign of the violent intensity of the fighting, it added. Supplies at the hospital are running low and will last barely a week, the UN said. The medical director of El Fasser government-run Saudi hospital told the BBC the situation was terrible. Since the early morning, the RSF began violent artillery shelling of the city, targeting residential areas, markets and hospitals. Mokhtar Ibrahim Suleiman said. The Saudi and South hospitals are the last functioning in the region. The Saudi hospital was previously shuttered by the violence, but it partially reopened to treat emergency cases. El Fasser residents said that access to food and water has become increasingly difficult. The RSF has been attacking the city from 3 sides and blocked all supply roads. Despite the hardships, many residents in the city are not leaving their homes because of the fighting, even for emergency medical care. Journalist Mohammad Zakaria said he had no plans to flee. There is no place to go to. The road is very difficult and dangerous right now. Earlier this week, a UN expert warned civilians in El Fasser were being targeted because of their ethnicity. A mob led by radical Islamists on Saturday unleashed an attack on Christians in Pakistan's Punjab province over the allegations of the desecration of the Quran that left at least 2 members from the minority community injured, one of them seriously. The incident took place in Mujahid Colony, Sargodha district of Punjab, some 200 km from Lahore in the morning. Police claim to have reached the scene on time to control the situation. Several video clips of the mob attack on the properties of the Christian community are doing rounds on social media. The mob, led by radical Tehreek-e-Labbaik Pakistan TLP activists, attacked the Christian community, burning and ransacking their property. According to senior Punjab police officer Asad Ijaz Malhi, a heavy contingent of police has reached Mujahid Colony and dispersed the mob, which had surrounded some houses over the allegations of the desecration of the Quran. He said 1 injured person has been shifted to a hospital and police has been deployed there to maintain law and order. Rocket sirens blare across central Israel, including in Tel Aviv on Sunday for the first time in months, as Hamas claimed to have launched a barrage of rockets from Gaza, news agency Reuters reported. Hamas armed wing, the Al-Qassam brigades, announced a big missile attack on Tel Aviv. According to the report, Israeli military responded by sounding sirens in the central city to warn of incoming rockets. In a statement on its Telegram channel, Al-Qassam brigades say the rockets were launched in response to what it called Zionist massacre against civilians. Hamas Al-Qassa TV confirmed that the rockets were launched from the Gaza Strip. This incident marked the first time in 4 months that rocket sirens were heard in Tel Aviv. The Israeli military did not immediately clarify the cause for the sirens. Israel Emergency Medical Services said they have received no reports of casualties. At least 8 rockets were launched by Hamas from the Rafah area in southern Gaza, and several were intercepted by Israeli military, a BBC report said. The report also stated that alert sirens were sounded in various cities and towns, including Herzliya and Petah Tikva. The missile attack on Israel comes soon after a new batch of air trucks entered Gaza from southern Israel through a new agreement to bypass the Rafah crossing, which has been locked for weeks. The 8 shipments are a result of an agreement between US and Egypt to temporarily send aid through the crossing. Israel faces mounting pressure to increase aid to Gaza after over 7 months of conflict, causing intensive damage and food shortages in the territory. Earlier in the day, Israeli airstrikes resulted in the death of at least 5 Palestinians in Rafah, as reported by local medical services. Israeli tanks have conducted operations near the city's outskirts, particularly close to the primary southern crossing into Egypt, without a significant incursion into the city itself. Israel claims its objective is to eliminate Hamas fighters entrenched in Rafah and free hostages illegally held in the area. However, the military action has exacerbated the humanitarian crisis for civilians and sparked international condemnation. Gaza's health ministry claims nearly 36,000 Palestinian casualties from Israel's offensive. The operation was initiated after Hamas-led militants attacked southern Israeli communities on October 7, 2023, resulting in approximately 1,200 casualties and over 250 hostages, according to Israeli records. That is all for today's news, and have a pleasant evening ahead.